The storm is coming, Frank says. The storm that will swallow the children. And I will deliver them from the kingdom of Bane. I will deliver the children back to their doorsteps. I'll send the monsters back to the underground. I'll send them back to a place where no one else can see them. Except for me.
I think there's a connection between the form of the monsters and the human subconscious.
They come from our nightmares?
Maybe. Possibly. I hope so. It's better than the alternative.
Which is what?
Our nightmares come from them. I'm going to Sheer.
What? You can't. Why?
One took out Chapel Colony. It's the only monster we've never gotten a live sample from. If there's one on Sheer, I'm going there.
You just said one of those things took out a Class 3 colony. What happens if you get to Sheer just in time to watch everything die?
Then it's gonna be a very short vacation.
Have you encountered anything like this before?
Encountered? No. Not in person. I saw a file once. Top secret file. Might have been the same thing. Codenamed Gorgon.
Gorgon? What does that mean?
A creature of hideous strength.
Now, there's actually no evidence to show that that conversation was between the Tier 5 support or medic. However, considering the fact that those are the last two of this current tier, that is one assumption. The audio you just listened to was released by TRS a few days ago, and it's quite clear it's between two characters, one being male and one female. Remembering that everything in this video is complete speculation, it seems quite obvious, or thought to be quite obvious, that the female voice in the following conversations is the Tier 5 support. Personally, I don't believe that this male voice is actually the Tier 5 medic. However, considering we don't know who it could be, I only can assume it's the Tier 5 medic. The reason I don't believe it's the Tier 5 medic is because this male voice sounds human, and I've always thought that this Tier 5 medic looks like a robot or looks like some sort of droid. And if it was a droid, you wouldn't expect a droid to, one, sound very, very human-like, and secondly, to express fear, because the male in this conversation does express fear towards the female going to Sheer. Now, I don't want to jump to the assumption that one or more of the characters in the conversation isn't part of Tier 5, simply because that the only other two characters that we know of that are coming to the game is the support and medic, so therefore I can only assume that the conversation is between those two characters. The most interesting part of the conversation is towards the end when the female mentions she has actually seen top secret files of Gorgon. Now, a monster that's taking down colonists is one thing you wouldn't want to keep top secret, so who has made these top secret files and why have they kept them top secret? This then follows on to believe that perhaps the monsters are man-made in some way, because why would you keep monsters top secret or have any files about them when that's completely unnecessary? The only theory I would have around that is that this monster is a Gen 1 Basilisk soldier that went wrong, but apparently that has been disproved in some way, but I haven't actually seen it myself. The female out of these two unknown characters makes it very obvious that this Gorgon is a very strong and hideous being. She also likes to mention how these monsters are produced from their nightmares. Whether this means that the monsters actually have knowledge of what the hunters fear or what the hunter's weaknesses are and then go back and can produce this is actually unknown, although that is a cool theory that I like to put out there. Now, another thing that I found quite interesting, assuming we are going in the same order we have gone so far with Tier 5, next in line is the Tier 5 medic, which we are aware is the droid-looking character in Tier 5. During the conversation, it is also made quite obvious that this female character is the one that is going to be keen to going to Sheer next. So is it possible that I've actually got it the wrong way round, and the female character is actually the droid character in some sort of suit, and isn't actually a robot or droid at all? Either way, it's interesting to think who these two characters could be, why they are having a conversation about Gorgon, and if they are actually part of Tier 5 or not. As I'm sure a lot of you are aware, Gorgon is likely to be revealed sometime within the next week towards Halloween. Now, if you look closely at the image that I've got currently, it's the most detailed image that has been put out of Gorgon so far. He actually does have some sort of purple hinted glow, which is likely to be this new monster's armor glow, which I think is going to be really cool to see. After Gorgon's release, we are guaranteed to get one more hunter this year, which is likely to be sometime towards December. So this was kind of a quick video to give you guys an idea of what we might be seeing in the future of the game. Who these characters might be is quite interesting. I'd love to hear your guys' theories around it. But otherwise than that, it has been Grizzle Marine. I hope you enjoyed the video. And of course, next up, we have Gorgon.